วันนี้คนไทยมันน้อยอะไรยังนั่งสมาธิเดินจงกรมพยายามหน่อยนอกจากมีคำถามไม่มีแล้วสวดมนต์เป็นยังไงดีขึ้นหรือยังความจำไม่เคยดีเหรอนะพยายามอันนี้นะเมื่อใจมันสงบก็พิจารณาหลังกายเนี่ยวันนี้แค่นี้ก็สำหรับคนไทยนอกจากมีคำถามไหมไม่ใช่เดินพยายามร้อนไหมไม่ร้อนที่กุฏิไม่ร้อนเหรอร้อนก็ไม่มากโอเคSo, what we are going to talk about, as most of you know, I came from Wat Papantak. My venerable teacher was Luang Dhamma, and he called his monastery Wat Papantak the Forest University. University. So the highest level of teaching, the highest level of practice. And I try to keep the same kind of practices here in this monastery. So what we do is, we have very little things to do. In the morning, we eat. After eating, until sleeping time, depends on the season of the year. It's either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. At the moment, I think it's 4 o'clock. And then after that we have Pana. And the rest of the time is up to your own disposition. So you can walk, hours of walking meditation. You can do hours of walking meditation or hours of sitting meditation, and nobody disturbs you. There's little interaction, hopefully. So that is university style. Luang Dhamma was not very fond of sitting together in meditation, or doing 1 hour of sitting meditation, 1 hour of walking meditation. These are this high school meditation. So he called it university, where everybody is free to walk as long as he wants to and to sit as long as he wants to without being disturbed by other people. And everybody has its own kuti, its own trunk room path where he is not disturbed by other people. So this is university style, but we also need, for this university style, just like in most of the universities, we need some discipline, self-discipline. Yes. So, we need to put, in the beginning, we need to put ourselves in our timetable, doing sitting meditation, walking meditation, sitting meditation. And normally, we shouldn't sleep in the beginning when we started practicing. We shouldn't sleep more than 4 hours, because after 4 hours you start to dream, And then when you start, doing your walking meditation in the morning before Armstrong, you fall asleep. And you still, you sit there, or walk there and still dream, the dreams, or think about the dreams that you had. 4 hours is good enough, more than enough. If your practice, is getting better, you can sit longer, or you can go deeper into samadhi. Then the time of sleep is reduced, to 3 hours or 2 hours. Just for you to remember, yeah. I mean, the longer you sleep, the more difficult it is. I mean, actually, you know what you do. I mean, all the effort you put in the previous day, yeah. I mean, you lose, yeah, when you sleep long. Yeah? Some people, you know, sleep 8 hours. You know, I mean, they lose everything what they've done in the day before. Yeah, all the effort, all the energy that they gathered. You know, I mean, yeah, they go to sleep. You know, for 8 hours. You know, I mean, that is out of the question. Yeah. So, sleep less, you know, of course, in the beginning, you know, I mean, sleeping less will be a drain on the body in the first few days, you know, but after that you get used to it. And you will see, you know, the energy that you gather in one day, you know, I mean, will eventually add up, you know, the next day and the next day and the next day, and your samadhi can get deeper, and your concentration will become better, you know, and hopefully you develop also the sati. Yeah? First university is the way out, you know, the way out of dukkha. Yeah? It's the fourth noble truth. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. And when we are here, we keep the 8 precepts. Yeah? Everybody knows, hopefully knows the 8 precepts, otherwise you can read it. Yeah? I'm not repeating it. And concentrating then on Samadhi, the ability to concentrate, yeah, either on the Buddha or on the breath. Yeah? Or if you don't like Buddha, you then can take Dhamma or Sangha. Yeah? Mentally the mental repetition of Buddha or Dhamma or Sangha, yeah? Or observing the breath around the tip of the nose, not moving, you know, not moving with the breath down there, you know, not following the breath, yeah? Knowing the breath around the tip of the nose. Yeah? And then stay there with the concentration around the tip of the nose, yeah? Until the mind becomes calm. Yeah? Every thought, every memory that comes up, we replace with the attention on the breath, or we replace with the attention on the Buddha. Yeah? What is the use of thought? Yeah? I mean, have you ever investigated what is the use of thought? Yeah? I mean, the thoughts go in the past, the thoughts and memories go in the past or go in the future. The future has not arisen and the past has gone. Yeah? What is happening right now is the present moment. And the present moment is that what we experience right now. And we don't need to think about it, what we experience. Huh? If there's wind, we experience it, we don't need to think about the wind that comes. If there's heat that we experience, we don't need to think about the heat. Yeah? Or if it is cold, we don't need to think about the cold. Yeah? What is the purpose of our thinking? Yeah? We want to shut down the mind engine to get calm and to see what is below the mind engine. Yeah? Sometimes, you know, I compare it, you know, with with going out, you know, going out in nature, you know, going out to a very beautiful car, yeah, a park, and then sitting in the car, having our stereo on, having our, you know, air conditioning on, and having a conversation with the people in the car. Yeah? We don't even know what is going on outside in the nature. Huh? But we talk about it, oh, how beautiful it is, how beautiful it is. Huh? Then we stop the conversation, we stop the air conditioner, we stop the radio, we turn down the windows, you know, and then, you know, we get out of the car, and then we experience something, you know, that we haven't seen before because of the noise of the car, the noise of the air conditioner, the noise of the radio. And that is what the experience of samadhi. Once thoughts and memories are stopping, then we experience what is underneath that. Yeah? What we don't know, and what normally, you know, what normally guides us or what normally triggers us. Yeah? And if we don't experience this, you know, I mean, we cannot correct anything. Yeah? We cannot solve problems with thoughts. Yeah? Unless it is our work, yeah, but we cannot solve the problems with thoughts or memories, yeah. I mean, we can only do it, you know, when we do something, yeah. When we say something, you know, we can solve some things, yeah. Or when we do things, yeah? That's how we can solve problems, yeah. But the problems in our meditation, yeah? We can solve, by putting our attention back on the breath. Yeah? And whatever thought comes in, we are not interested, yeah? Or we say not sure, yeah? The kilesas are constantly coming up, say, this is, you're not doing it the right way. No. As long as you're with the breath, or as long as you're with the Buddha, you do it the right way. Yeah? That is the way of practice. Yeah? We stay with the Buddha, or we stay with the breath, yeah? And as long as we are the breath, and as long as we are with the Buddha, and we do samadhi the right way. Yeah? And then once the mind gets a little bit calmer, we put more attention on the knowingness of, yeah, or the knowingness of the object that we concentrate on. Yeah? So the knowingness of the breath. Is the breath deep? Is it shallow? Is it, slow? Is it, is the in-breath long or is it short? Whatever. Yeah? That is the development of sati, the knowingness, the awareness. And same with the Buddha. Is the Buddha fast or is it slow? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Yeah. Then we concentrate more on the knowingness. Yeah? We just don't stay with the Buddha or stay with the breath until it gets calm and then we go to the feeling of calm. No, that is not meditation. That is not the correct way of practice. The correct way of practice is always staying with the object, yeah? Be it the Buddha or be it the breath, constantly knowing about how the breath is at every moment of the time. Yeah? And whenever there's a thought coming in, I'm going to replace it with the attention on the Buddha or on the breath. That is the way of practicing correctly. Yeah? And yeah, if you're practicing correctly, if you stay with the Buddha or if you stay with the breath. Yeah? Everything else, all these thoughts, I'm not sitting correctly, or I should do it like this, or maybe this is wrong, or maybe that is wrong. It's all coming from the kilesas. It has nothing to do with our practice. Huh? Understood? Yeah. We know we practice correctly if we put our attention on the Buddha or on the breath. Once the attention, goes to thoughts or goes to memory, then we just bring it back. And that is where we need to put our effort in. Because the mind doesn't want to go back. It wants to stay on the thoughts, or it wants to think about why is there this thought, or why is there this memory. No. We see a memory comes up and then we say, there's a memory, and then we go back to the breath. Or we see a thought coming up, and we say, there's a thought, and then we go back to the breath. That's it. And then if we do that, we get very, very easily calm. Yeah. The thoughts disappear, the memories disappear, and then we are in a state, of calmness or pity, or whatever, of joy, of peacefulness or happiness. Yeah. This arises because of our effort of staying with the breath or with the Buddha. Yeah. It's a side effect. Yeah. It's like, when we dig a hole, the side effect is the hole. Yeah. But if we don't dig, there will be no hole. Yeah. So if we look for a hole, that we digged yesterday, the hole is gone. So we have to dig again. And as long as we dig, there will be a hole. And the longer we dig, yeah, the deeper the hole will be. And that is the same with samadhi. The longer we can stay on the Buddha or on the breath, the deeper our samadhi gets. And the calmer our mind is. And when there is no thought and when there is no memory, there is no past and there is no future, there is no worries, there is no fear, there is nothing. There is just, this peacefulness or stillness or whatever. And that depends on each person's characteristic, what he experiences. So, that is the concentration, that is the practice of concentration. And we will do that until the mind can stay in the state, for at least 10 or 15 minutes, yeah? That is able to concentrate on one object, be it the breath or the Buddha, yeah? Without being interrupted by thoughts or memories. Yeah? If we can do that, every day, then we can start to do our investigation. What do we investigate? Yeah? And the 5 khandhas, yeah? What are the 5 khandhas? Yeah? The 5 khandhas are Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara and Vijnana. So that is the body, yeah? Its feeling, bodily feeling and mental feeling. It's memory and association, it's thought formations, and it's consciousness. Yeah? That's what we investigate. But in the beginning, we only investigate the body, because we are so attached to this body. We love this body. Sometimes we hate this body. It's the same thing. To love and hate, is just the same, are two sides of the same coin. Yeah? Love and hate. Yeah. If you don't love anything, we don't hate anything. If you don't hate anything, we don't love anything. Yeah? That doesn't mean that we we are completely what to say? Yeah. We're unemotional. That we don't care about these things. Yeah? But love, is the desire, to want something, and hate is the desire to reject something. These are, two main armies of the kilesas. Yeah? There are actually three. Yeah? Greed, hatred, and delusion. Yeah? Greed is wanting something, wanting material things, wanting spiritual things. Yeah? Wanting to be or wanting not to be. Don't want this, don't want that. Yeah? And that is the other side. Yeah? Rejecting, I'm wanting to meet somebody or not wanting to meet somebody. Yeah? Either, wanting is, is greed, not wanting is a form of hate. Yeah? Rejecting something. Greed, hatred, and delusion. And delusion, is the army, the three armies, the kilesas, are organized into these three armies. And the first two armies that we have to battle is greed and hate. And greed and hate has only something to do with this body, with our attachment to this body. And that's why we investigate the body. When you look, you can investigate it. Think about whatever you like. It has something to do with this body. Yeah. And the senses of the body, of course. You want to see something, you want to hear something. Yeah. Or you don't like this, or you don't like that. It is always connected to the body. So greed and hatred are rooted in this body. And that's why the investigation of the body is very important. Unless, unless we overcome greed and hate, we cannot really investigate delusion. Because delusion is behind, It's behind, when you think about it as armies, the two front armies are greed and hate, and behind delusion is pushing greed or hatred in front of you. So what you actually see is a form of greed or is a form of hate. And you cannot tackle delusion until you got rid of greed and hate. And greed and hate, just like greed and hate are rooted in the body, and delusion is rooted in sanya and sankhara, in memories and thoughts. They are combined, intertwined, mixed up, into one form, and that is what we normally call delusion. And the mastermind behind all this is avijja. So the first steps, I don't need to talk about it. The first steps is investigating this body. The first foremost step is, seeing that the body and the citta are two different things. Yeah? The citta is that, where, for instance, our sati comes from, the knowingness comes from, the awareness comes from, where thoughts arise, they all arise within the citta, not only in the body. First, before it arises in our body, in our brain, it comes out, the intention to think from the citta. Yeah? The intention to move comes from the citta, and then we send the information to the brain so that it moves. If it doesn't, if there is no intention in the citta, there was nothing. That's when we are in samadhi, the body doesn't move. As long as the body moves, the citta moves. That is a very clear sign. When the citta is completely calm, the body does not move. The body actually sits quite erect, in a very comfortable position. You have to remember this. We constantly try in order to in our meditation to make the perfect seat. Make the perfect citta. Make the citta completely calm, and then the body automatically erects itself. Yeah? It sits in the comfortable situation, and then we don't have to worry about the body, then we only worry about the citta. Yeah? That's a side effect. Yeah? And if we go even deeper in samadhi, the one samadhi that I described is upachara samadhi, when there's no past, future, no worries, no fear. Yeah? When there's no I, actually, and nobody takes hold of it, there's just the pure experience of the things. But if we go deeper, once the citta concentrates, and even more, the body starts to disappear, yeah? First the outside of the body, or first the outside of the world, then we don't hear anything, we don't sense anything anymore, until the mind gets completely one-pointed, yeah? So when the mind gets completely one-pointed, we have the feeling, or the knowing comes up, and when we observe the breath, that the breath stops. Yeah? Let the breath stop, and see what is left over. Yeah? Don't worry about it too much, yeah? And then we can enter one-pointedness. And one-pointedness is the preview of Nibbana. Is that, where we actually, completely disengage from this world or from this universe. Yeah? Whatever is in this universe, we are not part of this universe. At that moment, we are not part of this universe anymore, but we are part of Nibbana, of the eternity. When we come out, and then we realize, we have a body, and we have, and the kilesas come and are infuriated, wanting this, wanting that, and then we feel like, then we feel the drag, or the power the kilesas have over us. Constantly wanting, constantly not satisfied, being not satisfied with this, being not satisfied with that, wanting this or wanting that. But while we are in samadhi, or while we are in the deep state of samadhi, or what is called appana samadhi, where everything disappears, the universe disappears, there is no wanting. That's why we are happy. Stop wanting and you'll be happy. But we cannot stop wanting without investigation of what makes us want. What creates this desire and what creates this rejection or the hate. So that's why we have to investigate the 5 khandhas. And the first khandha is probably dukkha vedana. So it is vedana and bodily vedana. That's what bodily vedana and the body itself. And see that the body and the citta are 2 different things. You put the body out, cut it up in bits and pieces and put it in front of you, and look, what is the body? Which part of the body is the body? And what sits here, and watches the body? That what sits here, that knows about the body, cannot be the body. It's the same with feeling. Who knows that there is a feeling? Next time, ask the feeling. Do you know you are feeling? Who puts a label on the feeling? And says, this is a feeling, this is a thought, this is a memory. It's not the memory that comes up, hey, hello, I am a memory. Or I am a feeling, or I am a good feeling, I am a bad feeling, I am a neutral feeling. No. There's something that knows, and that is what is called the citta, or what we, when we are calm, we call sati, awareness, awareness of what is going on. Subject and object. The subject is not the object. So the feeling that we experience, it cannot be the one who experiences it. The feeling is a feeling, and the one who knows about the feeling. Just like one who knows about the thought, or knows about memory. That's where we use the principle of anatta. Whatever we can experience, whatever we can see, cannot be me. It's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself. That's what the Lord Buddha said. Anatta. Whatever I can see, whatever I can feel, whatever I can experience, whatever there is a thought. That's why we say there is a thought, there is a memory, there is a body. It's not me, I am the body, because you cannot investigate a feeling if you say, I am the feeling. Or I am sick. Over. End of investigation. When you say there is sickness, then we can investigate sickness. when we say, I feel bad, then it's over. No investigation possible. Or I'm this body, no investigation possible. So we have to put out the body and see, there's a body, let's have a look, yeah? Or let's cut it up and see what kind of part of the body is actually the body. Is the brain the body? Is the heart the body? Is the lungs the body? What is it? Yeah? Is the tissue the body? Is the bone the body? Yeah? To understand, yeah? That there is somebody inside, yeah? That's why I sometimes also call it, the biological robot, yeah? Huh? I mean, well, somebody is using this, yeah? Or the car, yes? The driver of the car. The car is the car and the driver is the driver, yeah? When the driver falls asleep, the car doesn't move. When the chitta falls asleep, when the chitta goes into samadhi, the body does not move. Yeah? It's the driver of the body. Yeah? The body is, it's a little bit more than a car. It can do much more than a car, so that's why I call it biological robot. But somebody has to program this robot. And we do that when we are born. Huh? How long did it take you, to be able to move this body? Huh? To learn to walk, to learn to talk, to learn to think, to learn to read, to learn to write, I mean, we went through all this education of this body or training of this body for 16, 18 years until, we were in full control of this body. Huh? Think about now the robots, the robots that are in the factory, yeah? If it's a very complex task, you train it for half a year. We train this body for 16, 18 years because it's so complicated. Huh? Before we can actually fully use it. Yeah? And then we have a full strength, for about 30 or 35 years, and then it starts slowly to decay, yeah? Until it dies. Yeah? Just like any biological thing, starts to die or decay. Yeah? Even mechanical things, start to, not to work anymore and get scrapped. Yeah? I mean, think about our cars, after 20 years, or 30 years, you cannot repair them anymore, and then you throw them away and look for a new car. And that's for us, we die and then we look for a new body, because we have never investigated the body. What kind of joy, what kind of happiness does the body bring us? Huh? And what kind of suffering does this body, or dukkha does this body bring us? We wake up in the morning, we don't want to get up. Yeah? It's already the first dukkha. Yeah? We are hungry, it's dukkha. We are thirsty, it's dukkha. We need to go to the toilet, it's dukkha. We are sleepy, it's dukkha. We are tired, it's dukkha. Yeah? Every day we experience the dukkha of the body. Yeah? That is just the dukkha vedana of the body. When we sit in samadhi, it's so much dukkha. Yeah? When we get up, there's no dukkha. Huh? Where does this dukkha come from? Huh? Is it magic? We just need to get up, or walk, and then the dukkha is gone. Huh? That's why we investigate dukkha vedana. Yeah? Investigation of painful feelings when we do sitting meditation or walking meditation. Walking meditation can be different kind of feelings. Yeah? It cannot be bodily feeling, it can be mental feeling. We are bored, we don't want to walk, or we are tired, that's a bodily feeling, and so on. Huh? But the moment we stop, doing our walking meditation, we feel okay. Yeah? It's the same thing with sitting meditation. Yeah? We get up, from our seat, it's so excruciating pain, we get up, yeah? And it's gone. What kind of magic is that? We never ask, we just see, okay, yeah, that is the solution to the problem. We just get up. Not knowing what causes, what causes this excruciating pain, or what causes this pain. Not knowing, yeah. That's why we live in a world of not knowing. Yeah? And that's why we are also afraid of not knowing. We are afraid of the unknown. This is one of our greatest fears. That's why we need plans. Why we need to plan our life, even though our plans never get fulfilled, completely. Yeah, we plan this, we plan this, and if I have this, I will be happy. Yeah, and if I go there, I will be happy. And It doesn't work out this way. Yeah? We don't want to be confronted with the unknown. Yeah? And being able to be confront the unknown is, for instance, when we dive into samadhi. Yeah? In samadhi is, it is the unknown. Yeah? I mean, we lose control. Yeah? Not we. The kilesas lose control. That's why it's so peaceful. Yeah? Because in samadhi, when we enter samadhi, upachara samadhi, the kilesas don't have any control over us. There's just this pure experience. There's nobody who wants something. Yeah? The kilesas cannot enter this room. That's why it's called safe house, safe house, or glass house, you see everything, but they cannot enter, yeah? Because they don't know how to open the door. Only we know how to open the door. Yeah? We can go, and we can take a break from the kilesas. When we go out, they grab hold of us, yeah? And then they desire this and they desire that. They don't like this and they don't like that. Okay, understood? Huh? I think that's enough for today, yeah? So, do you have any questions? You can ask them now. Remember this. Whenever we are with the Buddha or with the breath, we are on the right way. And there's nothing else that we have to do that bring the mind back to the Buddha or bring the mind back. Then we are always there. Our practice is correct. Not the sitting posture, not doing this, yeah. Yeah. All these thoughts are not important. Yeah? They are always distracting us. Yeah? The importance is, am I with my Buddha? If I'm not with my Buddha, bring the Buddha back. Am I with the breath? Yeah. If I'm not, bring our attention back to the breath at around the tip of the nose. And why do we stay at one point? Because we want to get actually into the one-pointedness. Huh? Where subject and object merge into one thing. Yeah? That's what I was talking about it. When the universe, because the universe is duality. And when subject and object merges into one thing, that is unity. That's what we all dream of. Yeah? Unity. We always, we always feel alone, yeah, and that makes us do a lot of things, yeah, not to be alone. But whatever we do in the world, we're still alone. But the way, not to be alone is either go into samadhi or then, go even deeper into appana samadhi. Okay, so if there are no questions here now, then we can end. And use the time, you're here in the monastery wisely, yeah? There are not so many places, even here in Thailand, where you can practice like in a forest university where you're left alone, yeah?